What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Chris, this is 4K Motoring, and this is possibly one of the greatest jump starter units that I've ever used. Okay, as you can see on the table here, I've got quite a few of these lithium jump starter units. They range in size. Some are just battery banks only with no jump starting capabilities. Others have the ability to plug in these jumper cables and provide rapid power. They are small, lightweight, relatively inexpensive, and they will hold a charge for quite a long time without needing any sort of maintenance. So these are ideal to keep in your vehicle. Now, I got sent this unit a couple months ago, and I was a little skeptical when I received it. One of the big claims they had was 65-watt fast charging out of this thing and a massive screen that tells you what's going on with it. Thought it was a little gimmicky, so I really wanted to spend the time testing it out to see if it really was any better than any of these other units up here. And before I start, I do want to say, yes, I was sent that to do a review on, but I was not compensated for my opinion in any way. My opinion is honest, and this is truly what I found out about this device. To tell you about that device, what I'm going to start off with is telling you about the first lithium jump starter that I used. This little GULU model. I'll show you the stated capacities on it. This thing I have used for years, and this thing has always been there for me. It has a very simple dot power meter on the front of it. This has been my go-to portable jump starter. It has stayed in my work vehicle that I use jump starter on all the time, and it has always worked. It's never let me down. This thing has probably done, I don't know, 50 or 60 vehicle jump starts and still works just fine. And that is with an 18,000 milliamp hour battery or 66 watt hour battery, 350 amps of starting current, so it claims, and a claimed 800 amp peak current. It comes equipped only with 2 USB plugs, the charging cord, it has a proprietary charging cord, and our jumper cable attachment. Pretty much all these come with some sort of flashlight. I guess it's handy, a lot of them are kind of gimmicky, so take that how you will. Overall, different units have come up with different fast charging options. This one I think is a 35 watt fast charger. It's got a fast PD type USB-C on it. I've had some that have had different kind of lights, which I find kind of handy if you're going to have them, just for warning. And others still that are just plain Jane jump starter, nothing unique about them. Some of them have actual AC inverters on them, so you can plug in. The features have all become pretty universal. 66 watt hours is what I think most of mine have as far as battery size. This is 77 watt hours. And this JF.EGWO does not advertise the total cell size inside. So what I'll tell you is whether it's a big V8 truck with a totally dead battery or a small little 4-cylinder compact, these little basic ones do just fine all day long starting these vehicles. And on one charge of one of those jump starters, you usually get a couple starts out of them. For something that small that you can keep in the back of your vehicle, I would highly recommend you have one of these up here. One thing I found myself using more and more though, especially with this new one, is that fast charging ability. That 65 watts is actually pretty impressive. I personally don't have a lot of devices that need that much power, but I'll tell you, as we're coming into this tech world where things are relying more and more on fast charging, I'm getting more and more devices that are pushing that 30, 40, 60, 80 watt fast charging, stuff like that, that will absolutely take advantage of everything that this thing has to offer. The jumper cables on it are a much higher grade, much higher gauge than most of the other Chinese-made ones. This, I believe, is made in China but designed in the US. There's truly not that much else unique about this one. The screen is nice that it's nice and big, but you don't really need to know exactly what it's doing from across the room. Being up close and seeing what it is fine. Cool feature, but unnecessary. The overall charging speed is awesome on this thing. I do love it. And I do use it as a battery bank more than I do as a portable jump starter, which a lot of these have that ability as well. And for that, a dual use device is pretty fantastic. It does have USB-C, PD 65 watt, in and out charging and depleting. It's got a 12 volt circular plug and a single USB plug. On the other side is our starter port and our flashlight. Now, as much as I appreciate the fast charging on that unit, The one thing I really don't like is that it doesn't come with a case. And this is something I've seen that about half of these do. They come with a nylon semi-rigid case, something that is actually protective, that'll keep all the charging cables and accessories inside, but also provide protection to these lithium devices while in your vehicle. And this unit does not come with one. It comes with a little soft bag, and I don't think that's quite adequate. I don't really like that myself. I like the ones that do have cases. Still, overall, one of the ones I use the most is this Stolvin model, which provides 30-watt fast charging, which is reasonable for most of the devices I own, has a decent battery size, and has a nylon carrying case. Some come only with this bag. Some come with these hard shells. This is the most common type of case that I've seen, and it is semi-rigid and does have pockets for all the accessories to fit inside. This is definitely the way to go if you're going to order one to store in your vehicle that's rattling around. So overall, I really don't have a lot to say about any particular model up here. They all have kind of unique features, although most of them are kind of gimmicky. Just two things I want to look for are the faster and faster charging abilities. 65 watt seems to be leading the game right now, so that's one up for the JF.EGWO jump starter. Make sure it comes with some sort of rigid or hard-shelled case. That way it protects it, because I think that's a big deal. And that's really all you need to know about lithium jump starters. You need to get one, you need to keep one in your car, and you need to find one that works for you. You don't have to break the bank, you don't need all the gizmos and gadgets. I don't use them anyway. Ultimately, this one right here with the fast charging ability is fantastic, but doesn't come with a case. It is kind of ruggedized, so it's not that big a deal, but you can see the screen has gotten all scratched up already in the time that I've used it. I'll leave a link down below to some of my favorite devices if you guys are curious on the ones that I've used that I've actually tried and know that work. All that said, just get one, keep one in your vehicle, you won't regret it. If there's any particular features or models that you have questions about, feel free to leave that down in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them the best I can. Otherwise, thanks for watching 4K Motoring. I'll be back with more videos soon. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you next time.